Okay, this is an easy turn one. No protection, but love it. Alright, they're on 7. Tapland, love it. Gonna be the easiest turn one of my life. Okay, today we are playing Tin Fins. This is a dono from my good friend Andy Mogg. This deck is pretty sick. Does one thing, but it does it pretty quickly, pretty efficiently, and it backs it up with a lot of discard. The whole point is to cast Buried Alive, which allows you to take 3 creature cards from your library and put them into your graveyard. Put a Sutured Ghoul and 2 Krosan Cloudscraper. And then you Shallow Grave or Corpse Dance your Sutured Ghoul. So these are reanimation spells that give the creature haste. It dies at end of turn, but you get the benefit of haste. And Sutured Ghoul has power and toughness equal to the total power of the exiled cards. So when it comes into play, you can exile creature cards from your graveyard. So you exile 2 13/13s, and you get in with a 26/26 haster. It's pretty sweet. You gotta go real fast, because it doesn't have trample, so they can chump it, but you can also do it again. You can buy back. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to change anything. As far as I can tell, it looks like this deck is actually somewhat new. I tried looking at MTG Top 8 to find some other lists, and I can only see 2 lists that started the end of 2024, and they're both the same. One sideboard difference. I mean, there's some things that, off the top of my head, I want to change, but it's not like definite, you know? It's not like we have Impulse in our deck that we need to immediately remove in a fast combo deck, which I would pretty much do across the board. But just to name the obvious, or at least for me it's obvious, Limdual's Vault. I mean, it is the closest thing we have to Demonic Tutor, but it costs 2, and specifically costs blue and black. It's not great with Ancient Tomb. It's generally going to take a turn to set up. My concern is, again, we're attacking with 1 creature that doesn't have trample, and that if it gets removed, it really foils a large chunk of our plan. Yes, again, we can go multiple times sometimes, you know, cast another Shallow Grave or whatever. I'm sure I can get successfully scrappy, but for the most part, I think I want to put it together quickly. And although Limdual's Vault will give some consistency, I think it's going to mostly push you into, like, turn 3, turn 4. And then, similar is Portent, which, of course, is a ponder, but you don't get to draw until the next upkeep. This, I could be convinced, and I'd have to play it, but it's possible you do just want this. You want the further selection, as opposed to something like Opt or Sleight of Hand. However, I do think those cards have some place here. And the reason being, most of this is devoted to fast mana, and then the cards that you need to combo. You only have so much room for cantrips, and the cards that you need are few and far between, right? You only have 6. Like, we're not heavy on blue, so you can't play a bunch of cantrips. You know what I mean? It's a lot more all-in, and there's fewer of the very specific cards that you need. So it's certainly like, if you were to just go Opt and Sleight of Hand instead of Portent and Limdual's Vault, it's possible that those cards just don't have enough reach on average to consistently get the cards that you need. Not to mention you need specifically Buried Alive. I mean, there are other ways, but not really. But I don't know how these games go enough to know the answer to that. You know, if it's frequent that things get scrappy and it doesn't work out on the first go and you wind up, you know, trying to just run into more reanimation effects and just throwing random 13/13s and that sort of thing, then maybe the regular cantrips are just better. They obviously give more turn 1 consistency. And I don't know whether or not Portent is on that menu of cantrips, but I could see it. It's also possible you want more than 8 discard spells in the main. I think the land count is probably correct. You could go to 15. Well, like I said, I'm just going to run it as is. Because unless it's something that I think is egregious, I would rather play what people are playing and get an understanding of it. And in the event that I do make changes, they are educated and based on experience. And then, of course, the sideboard is just a bunch of bounce stuff to bounce hate and some silver bullets to deal with particular decks, I would imagine. So, let's get into some matches. I'll see you in round 1. Alright, here we go. Round 1 against OnkelMoritz. We're on the play. His hand has a duress. It needs 1 more mana. It has a turn 3. We'll keep it. A little bit risky, but the power level is there. The redundancy is there. And we get some disruption as well. Womp and duress. And a Wrath, double impulse, and what is this? Exile all cards from target player's graveyard other than basic land cards. For each card exiled this way, search that player's library for all cards with the same name as that card and exile them, then that player shuffles. Okay. I don't think I really care about that. I'll just take one of the impulses. Like, sure, it's a devastating effect, but I'm just not gonna pass with my monsters in my bin into this card. I play Island and pass. Land? Land Petal. Darkrit? Classic. Okay, alright. Well, now if we draw Darkrit or Ancient Tomb, we can do it all in one turn. There's a Plains. That's a horrendous draw. We will pass. Now they get to Impulse. And they play another land. They have 5 cards, 3 of which are unknown. Okay, mana, please. Brutal. Get rid of this Corpse Dance. They are making land drops. So now we have to do it all in one turn because I can't pass into this card. Brutal. This is rough. All terrible draws. Even drawing discard would be better than these draws. Alright, more lands. I don't care that they take Duresses and Corpse Dances out of my deck if they want to cast Haunting Echoes. Or Limdul's Vault. Take them all. That would be great, actually. Nice. I guess taking the Deltas kind of sucks. Let's see if they do. Yep. Okie doke. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Can't get foiled. Don't go foiling my plan. Walrit. Walrit. Buried Alive. I guess Daze gets us too. Get a Ghoul. Krosan. Krosan. Order. Krosan. Krosan. Ghoul. Cast Shallow Grave. Exile. Exile. Okay. In for 26. Oh wait, it is Trample. I'm just missing... How did I miss that? It says it right there. It is helpful that it's Trample. Obviously not right here, but my deck tech was a bit off. You know, now that I think of it, I knew that the first time I read this card, and when I was initially goldfishing, but for whatever reason, in the deck tech and my off-the-top analysis, it was lost on me somehow. Okay, so I have no clue what their deck is doing. It has blue, so although I don't know how helpful Cabal Therapy is going to be for me, personally, I'm going to be naming, like, Mana Leak. You probably have Meddling Mages, but I don't know. I don't hate Mana Short, or just playing a couple of Chains. Infest is very good against Meddling Mage. Our Our discard is pretty good too. Probably worse on the draw though. I think I just want to cut Limdual's Vault and probably a Cabal Ritual. I'm gonna run it like this. Okay. We have discard, we have one half of the combo, and we have lands. I think we should try to do better than this. This also isn't great. They mulligan to 5. I mean, if we find Buried Alive, we're good. I'm gonna try it. They mulligan to 4. 3. They're looking for Tormod's Crypt is my guess. This is gonna be a janky game. Alright, they kept on 3. Land. Planar Void. Whenever another card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile that card. Alright, that's similar. This is like a Line of the Void, but it costs 1. And it works on both sides. Glad I have this Chain of Vapor. Not glad I have that. I'm just gonna pass. I don't know that I want blue or black with this. We could unmask, but I don't know. They have 1 card. Oh, now they have 2 lands, and it's probably coming into play. Nope. Alright. Probably a counterspell. Don't hate that. So, I could Shallow Grave a Krosan, but I think I'm chilling. I think that's kind of a spew. I can hardcast Unmask next turn. Alright, they still only have 1 card in their hand. I mean, I can't Shallow Grave until I bounce this, but as a general plan, you can morph this as well, huh? Maybe I should be morphing it. Totally forgot about that aspect. The only thing is if they counter it, it's gonna wind up exiled. So, I think I'm just chilling. We'll say Limdual's Vault would have been nice here. But we need the Chain of Vapor, so... Dark Writ. Play Ancient Tomb. I can hardcast this Ghoul. Okay. I guess that means I want to unmask right now. They can't counter Chain of Vapor. I want to take a peek. Well, that's my way to get rid of... You know what? I'm going to morph this. They're F6th? They, like, go to kill it? I can... No, I can't. We could have just assumed they don't have anything. Okay. The rest is nice. Wish I had been more patient. Okay. They do have a counterspell. That's fine. Get in for 2. And pass. Alright, they're fetching. If they tap out for a Wrath of God, then I will bounce Planar Void. Lots of swords. They have 1 card. Now I want to bounce it. I'm gonna let it go though. Hopefully we just drop Buried Alive. I don't want to fetch because I know I have a Ghoul on the bottom. I really don't want to draw. Unmask. Let's cast one of these. Another swords. Sure. You're looking for Buried Alive. Or Cantrip to try to find it. Alright, they got no cards in hand. Okay, so if I bounce this thing, unmask myself, I have enough to cast. Cool, we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I gotta end step the Chain of Vapor to do that. And get rid of my Shallow Grave. I could Shallow Grave a 13/13, but they're at 15. So I want to get a creature that's gonna stick around and just assume that they miss on this 1 draw. They're going to show us that they missed. I like that. Alright. Chain of Vapor. Get it out. Untap. Draw. Land. Let's fetch. For Swamp. Unmask. What we could have also done is just bounce that and then discard it. Like earlier. Unmask ourself. Discard this thing. Yes, Dark Rat, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just hardcast the Ghoul. Exile. And hope they don't draw swords. Like, I think we had a much better play had we acted earlier. We're gonna go down to 1. They flooded pretty hard here, though. I mean, they kept a 3-card hand, but they've drawn, like, a lot of lands. Alright. We got some Moto lag. Alright, the old burn 30 seconds for no reason. Vegeta 1. Alright, did we do it? We did. Sweet. We are 1-0. See you in the second round. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links, which will bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. Here we go. Round 2 against Chris. And yeah, his hand is fine. A little bit slow, but we have our selection tools. Alright, opponent plays a Forest and a Mox Diamond. Eater. I like that they got rid of Wasteland. Wow, the goose is loose. OP's getting loosey-goosey. I don't hate Ancient Tomb. Cast the Portent. No. Any order? Yes. We're looking for Buried Alive and Buried Alive only. I guess I may have taken like a discard spell and some sort of shuffle effect, because then I can use Limdual's Vault to get Buried Alive. Weathered Wayfarer, sure. We drew a land, which is not great. This Cabalrit's not the worst. Yeah, we're gonna end step this Limdual's Vault. Opponent getting in for 3. 2, I'm sorry. We go to 15. Let's get Island. Make a black and blue and cast the Limdual's Vault. They're gonna activate the Wayfarer. That's fine. Yeah, if they're not interacting, they're dead. Wasteland is too late. I will pay a life. Any order. I will pay a life. Any order. Will not pay a life. All writ on the bottom. Then Shallow Grave. Wow, the moto lag is really bad right now. Then the Dark Writ. And the Duress. And we'll get the Buried Alive. Go Ancient Tomb. Ball Writ. Cast Buried Alive. Get a Ghoul. Do Krosans. Krosan. Ghoul. Cast Shallow Grave. Exile. And get atcha. Sweet. Alright, Infest looks pretty good. Again, Cabal Therapy is not going to be too helpful for me, specifically, until I see more cards. Hercules can stop multiple Tormod's Crypts. Chain of Vapor is more flexible. I think I keep my discard. I'm going to play Chain of Vapors and an Infest. I just don't really know what's coming. So, I don't want to overboard. Okay, this is an easy turn 1. No protection, but love it. Alright, they're on 7. Tapland, love it. It's gonna be the easiest turn 1 of my life. Ball Writ, sure. Here comes a Lotus Petal. The old 30-second Lotus Petal. Come on. Cool. Can we make a land drop? Take the point of damage. Dark Writ. Buried Alive. Ghoul. Thing. Order as such. I can even Threshold and buy back Corpse Dance for it. Or just threaten both of them. Damn, we turn 1'd them. That's sick. I think that was my first turn 1 in this format. Nice. Over 2-0. See you in round 3. Alright, here we go. Round 3 against Goldfishturn. That's an appropriate name. And this hand is not gonna do it. I don't hate this one. Keep with the monster back. I mean, I do have Unmask. I could potentially unmask myself, but I don't think I want to be doing random 13 damage flings. So I'll just bottom it. I'm actually going to open on Portent. Yeah, these are perfect. I guess, you know, I could have just unmasked. I should do that. Alright, I will take the land and the Buried Alive. Let's unmask them. Elves, Symbiote, Dork, and one that draws a card. Symbiote is like the engine card. Draw our land. Well, it's a good thing I didn't start with Duress. I would have just missed. Right, we're definitely going to shuffle. We don't want the land that's on top. Get a Swamp. Dark Rit. Buried Alive. And I'm doing this now because I don't want to draw these cards. I'm in the right order. And now we're just hoping to find a Shallow Grave. And this is a spot where Limdwell's Vault is pretty much always going to be better than Sleight of Hand or Opt, which I'm noting, and I had a feeling it might actually be good in this deck and correct. Yeah, I believe we know their hand. I may have lost track of it, but I believe they have 2 lands. Oh, they have 4 cards. Jeez, I don't know why I thought they had 2. Another forest. There's a Symbiote. Now they get their draw engine going. They're also going to have a lot of like toughness and blockers. 26 trample might not be good enough. All right. Well, let's unmask. Take the hermit. Pick up their thing. They're going to fetch. That's good for us. Any life loss is good for us. Survival, probably not so much. They have something that hits my graveyard. No, they get the squee. Get anger. Everything's got haste now. And they get another acolyte. And they're going to attack. All right. We hit a mana. We're going to have lethal. They do not have enough toughness. That works too. Get in there. Exile. Exile. And gotcha. Love it. Alright, so definitely want Infest. I can go Chain of Vapor. I mean, it's probably going to be a creature if it's something that messes with us. But I don't know that. And trim a Vault. Or no, I'm just going to cut Duress, right? Let's cut Duress. Play 2 Chain and a Snap. Vault Therapy could be useful, but I don't really know how to use it. I mean, I know some of their elves and stuff, I just don't... I'm not sure it's good enough given that I don't know the sideboard cards that they'll be bringing. So how's a turn 1 Buried Alive? It's close. You can probably mull it. Alright. This one's slower, but I'll keep it. Bottom the Corpse Dance. Alright, Elf is in. Land is not great. Go Island and cast our Portent. No, that's a shuffle. That's a shuffle. That's an Unmask. I like that. Don't care about Acolyte. Symbiote. Cradle. Alright. Yeah, they're drawing some cards. Dark Red, huh? I could kill them next turn if I hold on to this Dark Red instead of unmasking. Maybe 2, 4, 5, 6. Lone Duels will find the thing. Buried Alive, we'll cast it in Shallow Grave. Whereas if I unmask, at most I would have 3, 4, which is not enough. So I'm going to hope that they don't either A, kill me, or B, have something to stop me. And just go for the turn 3 kill. It's my plan, at least. Hopefully their plan, or at least what their hand does, is just try to race, and they miss. It's another Acolyte, or the Acolyte. They have Forest. Another Symbiote. Now they make 4 green, pick one up. Uh-oh, Survival. That's scary. Get rid of a Phantom Neshoba. 7+1/+1 counters. Whenever it deals damage, you gain that much life. Damage should be dealt to prevent it. Remove a +1/+1 counter. They go and get a squee. I mean, yeah, if they can anger and attack with one of these, that's pretty good, but doesn't seem like that's what's happening. Feels like they're dead. Feels like that's what would happen next turn. Or something sufficiently scary. They are passing. Yeah, Loom-Duel's Vault definitely better than 1-mana cantrip here. Alright, there's the Buried Alive and an Infest. No. That on the bottom. Shallow Grave, land, Infest, Buried Alive. Take our turn. I'll play Polluted Delta and Petal. Not enough to unmask, but we're gonna go for it. Buried Alive. Ghoul. Thing. Krosan. Ghoul. Shallow Grave. Exile. Wow. Easy as that, huh? We are 3-0. See you in the 4th round. Alright, round 4. We're on the play, playing against TenArms. Jeez. Hardly fair. But we'll do our best. Okay, blue land, black spells, and only half the combo. We mulligan. Slow, but we have double portent. Alright, I'll keep. Bottom 1 land. Play island. Cast the portent. Okay, we do need a Shallow Grave. And we're gonna have to draw 2 of these. I guess I'll draw 2 Shallow Grave in case I get discarded. No shuffle. Pass the turn. Draw the Shallow Grave. So now we have Shallow Grave. We'll have a discard. And we are looking for Buried Alive. I guess I would take a Loom-Duel's Vault as well. Let's go ahead and fetch. And then cast another portent. Yeah, we can keep the Loom-Duel's Vault and cast it on their turn, so I do like the portent Loom-Duel's Vault combo. Or at least that small synergy. Warp Dance on the bottom. Vault on top. Play out our Petal. And pass. We are kind of shy on mana, huh? Yeah, like I need this next land. Then I'll still need a land. You know what? I'm gonna cast it. I will pay life. Any order. One's got another Loom-Duel's Vault. I will pay life. Any order. We will pay life. Any order. There's the Buried Alive. And a mana. So we will not pay life. But the Ghoul. Oh, wait. No, I need... Ghoul's not good enough here. So land. Battle. I guess I'll just put Ghoul. I mean, these don't really matter. Land. Battle. Buried Alive. Land. It's going to take a while, though, is our kind of our problem here. I'm going to play a land. Then next turn I Buried Alive. And the turn after that. So we're still taking another 2 turns here, but I will have an Unmask. At least to stop, like, a Swords or something like that. Hopefully they don't combo kill us by then. They might have some other stuff that's a pain in the butt. In fact, I might want to unmask them on this turn. In case they have some sort of permanent that is a problem. Yuri's Guile is fine. I think this deck would still do quite well to just play a lot more cantrips. It's not cut and dry. There's pros and cons, but I'm definitely going to try it at some point. I don't think it really matters which land. Question is, do I want to unmask them now? I think the answer is yes. Yeah, there's the Swords. So basically put them on 1 draw. Well, they have Yuri's Guile. Let's cast the Buried Alive. Grab Ghoul. One of each thing. Krosan. Ghoul. And pass. Okay. We gotta hope they don't find Swords. They're 1 mana away from Worship. This is probably the slowest that I've gone off with this deck. But all in all, it still wasn't terrible. Still a turn 5 with a discard spell. I mean, it's not like super high power level, but not the worst. There's a ton of moto lag right now. You won't really experience it because of the editing, but if you watch the clock, you'll notice big chunks of time just disappearing. Alright, another Enchantress. So they're drawing cards, but they're tapped out. So that is great for us. Oh, I thought they were tapped out. Uh-oh. Well, they could have a swords. Any reason I would want to upkeep this? Oh, I found a reason to get swamp instead of island. If I draw duress, I'm going to be sad. Well, I deserve it. They have something, I deserve it. Nope, they don't. Well, we don't deserve it, but we got it. You can count it as one for the deck, right? If I had just done the right thing. You definitely want to play to duress there. Infest is actually pretty good. The only other list that I saw was playing 2 Infest in the side. I came close to playing it, but like I said in the deck check, I wanted to not change anything. The card has been consistently good, or looked good at least. I mean, I think I just want more discard instead of mana short. And I guess I'll play like 1 chain, and I'll trim Vault, couple Cabal Ritual, and Corpse Dance. Sand is gas. Very close to a discard into a turn 2. They've mulliganed to 4, 3. All 1-landers, they said. Yeah. Alright. So they're all 1-landers and they're scooping. They wanted to play another game, but I said, sorry, I'm recording. Well, we are undefeated. I believe haven't dropped a game undefeated. Yep. Just the old 4-0-8-0. Alright, let's finish strong with a 5-0. Okay, here we are in the final round. We've won the die roll. We were playing against my friend in real life, like lives town over from me, Nick, who is almost always playing Stiflenought, so this should be challenging. Alright, we take that play. This hand is fine. Nick said he just ate a whole bag of cheese puffs. He's ready. Alright, we keep these. We're looking for a black card for Unmask and Shallow Grave. Go for the old Portent start. Okay. That is what that is. Love to see it. Go ahead and draw into the Unmask. And then the Shallow Grave. I probably want to play it kind of slow. Like instead of unmasking, taking a Daze and casting Buried Alive, probably just play around Daze. Problem is if they foil the Buried Alive. But I'd like to be able to unmask a foil. You could unmask now, and then if they don't have Daze, then I can go faster. But then they could draw into it or cantrip into it. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to rush it. I guess there's also the fact that if they have a 12-12, they don't die to a 26 Trample Haster. Maybe that was a reason to go a little faster. Alright, let's play out this Petal. We could also hardcast the Unmask. Seems a little bit cowardly, though. Yep. So they got a foil, and then they have a bunch of cantrips. We definitely take that foil. And, what can I undo? I can't. Well, I'm taking an extra point of damage for no reason. Should have made black with that. Buried Alive. You should at least opt here. Because you definitely want to fight over this. If this one resolves, even if we can't Shallow Grave, then at least we're much more live off the top. Ooh, Nick is going to gush, because if they find Counterspell, they can cast that one. This will, at the very least, set them really far behind. So I like that. They bottomed, and we're in. Ghoul, Krosan, order, Ghoul on top, and pass it. Now, best draw is Duress, but I'll take a Shallow Grave. I'm going to Portent. They shuffled. We take those. We draw. Ghoul, not great. Let's go for it. Oh, they're dead. Oops, they died. Boop, boop. Okay, so against a bunch of counter spells, we definitely want the Cabal Therapies. I don't want No Rud. Don't want Cursed Totem or Infest. I don't hate Mana Short, but it's not good against Foil. Oracles, Chain, Snap. I mean, they can delay things, but I think I just want discard and pretty much our same game plan. I can probably trim a Cabal Ritual. You don't necessarily have to go fast. Battle plays are on days, so I like that. Dark Red is way too efficient to be trimming. Duel's a bit slow. Let's go to 3 on that. Like, Mana Short is good against Daze and Counterspell. I'm not going to play it. I think 10 discard spells is pretty good. I'll keep this. We've got a discard spell. We can hopefully set it up with Limb Duels. This will be a testament to Limb Duels. This is one benefit of the card, that you can, if you need 2 things, you can find a pile that has 2. You could even keep looking and find a pile that has, like, multiple of the cards that you need, even more than 2. Okay. That was a great draw. Well, let's just play Island and pass. I don't think we need to fire off Duress. These decks, at least to my knowledge, don't really play permanent hate. I mean, if Tin Fins gets popular enough, I'm sure they'll play some Tormod scripts, but maybe they have some number of them. Holy crap, that's a lot of Dark Ret. Well, it means I can play Limb Duels around days. I'm going to play Dark Ret, Limb Duels. There's the Buried Alive. It's going to be a no. Put Tomb on the bottom. Delta. Buried Alive. Petal. Buried Alive. Oh, they could Portent us. Yeah, I forgot they play that card. That wasn't smart. Yeah, they can just Portent us and shuffle. Yep. Yeah, they shuffled us. I'm a doofus. We play a Dreadnought, which is also a problem. Well, I guess not. Just draw the thing. Yeah, I guess I just chill. Not like they're not going to attack with it. I mean, they might not, but I think you would rather just put us on 1 draw. Like, the safe thing to do is just attack with Mishra's Factory. Don't be a smarty pants, alright? Alright. Going for it. Alright, we go down to 5. Draw the Buried Alive. And cast Dark Ret. Just want to try to get this Duress to resolve, so I can take a peek. Definitely had Counterspell beat. Did they also have a foil? That'll actually make me feel better if they do. They'd have had a Daze. No, we would have gotten there. Yep. I'm actually going to trim another Limb Duels. I know we punted that one, but it's still like... the whole reason I played it when I did was because of the other problem that they can counter it, daze it. Like, it's not the best against them. Finally lost the game. All right, run the play. Game 3. Here we go. I will keep this. Could turn 1 Shallow Grave a 13/13, but I don't think that's worth it. You're looking for Buried Alive and a land. They mulliganed. Only once. Alright, let's cast this. Those are not what I want. Any order. Shuffle. And we'll pass. I don't hate a Dark Ret. Like, just any black card would have been nice to help support this Unmask. And that kind of upgrades our ritual. That's not good. I'm not going to play anything, because we're probably going to wind up going to discard. And just put these in the graveyard the old-fashioned way. Then if we hit, like, another Shallow Grave, it could be pretty good. It'd be a sick way to win. Yeah, I don't hate Cabal Therapy. Go to cleanup. We're going to Impulse. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of tricky things you can do. Like, you could even play this as a morph, and then sack it to Cabal Therapy to get it into your graveyard. I draw like an Ancient Tomb, I'll probably do that. A lot of discard spells. I'm going to go to clean up again. I might be able to set up a double Shallow Grave turn. And now if we draw Troll, we can just put that to discard as well. And then we would just have a bunch of discard spells into Shallow Grave. Double Shallow Grave. Alright, let's play Petal. Kinda want more mana. It does get a little bit worse if they play 12/12. I'll say that. But even getting another black card means more mana, because then I won't have to pitch Cabal Ritual or Cabal Therapy. The land would help. Land would allow me to cast another discard spell. Because right now we have to either pitch Cabal Ritual, then we only have 4 mana total, and we can only have the Unmask. Or we can pitch a Cabal Therapy, and then we have Unmask and Duress. And we can use the Cabal Ritual. Very nice. Now we can pretty much do it all. Let's start off with an Unmask. They're going to counterspell. You can either Duress or Dark Writ. Problem with Duress is if it walks you into Daze, cast Dark Writ first. Worst case, it basically is a Duress. Nice. They're going to Daze the Duress. I'll pay. They're going to foil it. Starting Island and Stifle. If their last card is Misdirection plus a blue card, they could Cabal Therapy us back. Then we get to choose, so it's basically just countering the Cabal Therapy. 1 mana shy of Therapy into the win. Let's try to go for the win. We lose to another Daze. Or not lose, but it won't be good. Wonder if they have Gush. Could also just wait on the second one. Seems cowardly. Sweet! Or wait, what is, does Charm get them out of this? You can, like, phase one of these out? Chain of Vapor. Yeah, that too. Alright. Well, they have 1 card. Hit them for 13. Interesting. Well, I certainly would not have named Chain of Vapor, I'll say that. Ancient Tomb. Alright, I'm just gonna morph this. They bop, they got 1 card in hand. Bottomed it. We're looking to draw Shallow Grave. Black Source isn't a terrible draw either. Yeah, because now we can double Cabal Therapy and reanimate in the same turn. Another Chain of Vapor. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. Gush, yep. Not good. Portent. Target us. That's not good. I don't know about Cabal Therapy, though. I don't know what they would consider to be good. But they didn't shuffle. I do know that. They draw a random card. Give us Petal. Alright. Let's morph it again. They counter it. Okay with me. Kind of. I mean, they know our next 2 cards, so I don't think they would do that if it were bad for them. I can't imagine we have Shallow Grave. Or they have a counterspell. There's like 2 Shallow Graves. I don't know. Gushing. Attacking. Okay. Interesting. They couldn't find a Dreadnought. Can't really cast this, can I? Now they can hit us for 3 more. We go to 2. I can really only cast 2 things. Do we have a Shallow Grave on top? We do not. Duress them. Well, they would have been dead. We could have found it. That was close. We punted it too. Well, not like... We punted game 1. Or was it game 2? I forget. Okay, this deck is obviously ridiculously powerful. I would like to try more stable cantrips instead of Limdual's Vault. Playing Opt. You can see Portent being correct, but I think I still want to try Sleight of Hand. I wonder if you can trim a Krosan. You could also play Gemstone Mine instead of City of Brass. But I guess City of Brass is fine. Yeah, I'm going to try Sleight of Hand. The thing is, if you kind of run out of gas and then you're ripping off the top, it's a lot better to draw one of these than Portent. if you have enough mana. Because if you find what you want with Portent, you still have to wait a whole nother turn. Where it does dig deeper. I'm not 100% on this. I'm not as sure as I was in previous decks where I've played more cantrips. It's because of the low number of cards that you're looking for when you're looking for them. If you're looking for Shellgrave and Corpse Dance, there's only 6. Buried Alive, there's only 4. But sometimes you're looking for discard or mana, and you're just hoping to draw it. So this will help. And it can go up on mana if it finds a Dark Writ or Cabal Writ. If Cabal Writ is Threshold. It also gets you Threshold quicker. And sideboard, I mean, Infest was consistently... I kept reaching for it. I'd have to play more to really know, but it seems really good. That's all my feedback for now. This deck is really powerful. And if it's as new as I think it is, then it's probably going to be a bit of a wrecking ball into the format. So thanks again, Andy, for the dono. This deck is sweet. And we'll have to play it again sometime. Maybe we'll play it on stream on Saturday. But I'm out of here. Catch you in the next one.